All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. You guys know we got BRICKZ in the house. We are about to go live on main radio in approximately 10 minutes. So, what we're going to do is play a couple of songs to make sure you guys are. Gonna, I'm going to play it here. I'm not going to connect this YouTube, guys. You know, once I do that, it might start to be some technical problems. So, we're going to stick to just the music for now.
You got that
Unless,
feather, girl?
yeah, listen, you already know.
Alright. I
About
bet.
to go in with that
Alright,
right
let's get
now.
it. Alright.
All right. All right, guys. You guys know we have BRICKZ in the building. We are about to go into little bit of information, let you guys know a little bit about him, insight into, the person other than just the music. Of course, his music is awesome. We all love it, but we want to make sure that you guys are getting a little more insight into him because there's definitely a lot more to the gentleman. So let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of music from him. And first, we're going to hear Feather Girl. Bluetooth connected. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm just looking for a feather girl, you know? Just get it.
Vision be fooling.
What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? Yeah, you bad. Yeah, you fine. I'm just trying to make you mine. You ain't worried about these pennies, girl, cause you know you a dime. And I knew that I would have you. I just had to wait my time. Had to know you past looks, cause you know that love is blind. Met you at the powwow, asked you what's your tribe. You asked me, mom, we politicking, then we caught a vibe. So you rocking your feathers, you can say you caught my eye. From that moment, girl, I knew that I could probably make you bride. Girl, you the truth, shorty, what you wanna do? Come and be a winner, you know I could never lose. Wanna be a man now, tell me what I gotta prove. You the realest, so that's why a nigga really fuck with you. What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? Damn girl, you do that thing damn well. I know you indigenous, what's your tribe? I can't tell. Are you Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee? No interracial girl, I only fuck with chicks that look like me. I like a long hair, melanated vibe with no guidance. Shorty, I'ma be your guide. Let me show you how to live. It's not enough to just survive and maybe have a couple kids if I end up between your thighs. For real. Intellectual convos about a book or something. That smirk emoji like you giving me that look or something. You keep it real like you carrying a hook or something. So if you want it, you got it. Ain't gotta look for nothing. What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl?
Hey, that's that fire, fire, fire. We got more fire coming for y'all. Y'all already know. We gonna have to run that back, y'all. Y'all know we gonna run that back, right? Because when we get the main radio back on, they gotta hear that. We can't leave that track out for them. Y'all know that's one of the flamest ones. That's one of my favorites. Y'all know I play that all the time. Just so you know, thank you so much, brother, for tuning in. We got about 5 more minutes, but we got a few minutes we could chat real quick. How's your day going? And tell us a little bit about what's going on with you today, bro. Welcome to the platform. I appreciate you for joining me today.
Appreciate you for having me, my sister. Really do. It's an honor. My day been going good, you know. I just been getting into some studies and working out, just getting my mind and body right. That's pretty much it. I already told you I'm on my health tip now, so
Yes.
that's about it.
Yes,
How's
we
your
might
day
be.
going?
Mine is going pretty good as well, bro. I've been busy. I've been running around all day. I actually had a chance to get in a very short live earlier and still had time to make sure I relaxed a minute before getting to you. Had my grandbabies. I had a full day today. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot today, but it's been an excellent day. You know, a lot of good news, good things going on. And as long as we can keep it positive, you already know. And as far as that health thing you've been on, we're definitely going to tap into that a little bit because that's so exciting. People need to really know how important it is to have their health in order, especially in these times, bro.
Absolutely. Self-preservation is everything, you know, like people wouldn't jump in front of a moving car. People wouldn't jump off a building, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, people put things inside of their body that's the equivalent of jumping in front of a car, jumping off a building as far as how it harms them. So, you know, we got to keep that very mindful. Self-preservation is everything.
Definitely, definitely, brother. You are right. And even like starting to disseminate, or breaking down the things that aren't good to promote those things inside of you. Like a lot of times people are like, they eat certain things and they don't think how important it is or how those things are so detrimental to your body. So a lot of times that getting rid of those things and cleaning yourself of those things and, properly replenishing yourself is real important, which a lot of times people don't realize, I don't think.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like a lot of us we think about health from a outside in perspective when we need to think about it from an inside out perspective, and that's the main perspective that we need to understand. We don't really understand what's going on inside of our bodies. We just pay attention to the side effects of what's going on outside of our bodies.
Right. And not realizing that, man, if you don't get this stuff together, you're gonna have a lot of internal stuff going on.
So you'll be surprised how many people look externally healthy but internally they messed up.
Right, exactly right. Not being able to maintain that balance, that proper balance on the inside, it can actually disseminate that outside, even like mentally. It's crazy how when you said that, it made me think about the mental. When your mental breaks down, you can break down other parts of your body. Your heart, people get heart issues and like the stress and things of that nature. So the mental can play effects on your physical, and then the vice versa, the physical can play an effect on your mental.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me know when we popping on that radio. I know we on a live stream right now, but we about to
Yes.
kill it on both. You heard?
Yep, we about to get right to it, bro. We got 1 minute. I'm actually gonna get started in about 2 seconds, guys. We will be going live on main radio. As you guys know, it's about 6 here, Central Standard Time. And what we're gonna do is get another song started because we want to make sure the brother has the conversation going on both ends. So let's get into it. Let's start with Royal.
Yeah, all of my niggas, they roll you. Roll you. All of my niggas, they roll you. All of my niggas, they loyal. We ain't the same, we ain't normal. Wait, adore you. Baby girl, I adore you. Pretty face and she loyal. So to fix your crime, girl, you roll you. Wait, roll you. All of my niggas, they roll you. All of my niggas, they loyal. We ain't the same, we ain't normal. Wait, adore you. Baby girl, I adore you. Pretty face and she loyal. So to fix your crime, girl, you roll you. Wait. I just had to catch my breath. I just had to stack my checks. Shorty got ass, God bless. Damn. I just had to stack my chips. I just had to grab my grip. A lot of niggas mad I'm rich. I'ma have to smash they bitch. Pull up in a maxed out fit. VLN on the logo, moving solo with the stick. Block jumping like a pogo, come and pull up on the strip. Told her pull up and get lit, so she pulled up and she stripped. Damn. I don't need all the attention, I just need all of the pension. Ran the bill up like a piston. Wait. Told them but they didn't listen. Fuck it, I teach them a lesson. I ain't got time for the stressing. Damn dog, is you kidding me? You know that we aborigines. I don't give a fuck if you feeling me, as long as you watch how you grilling me. My knee G's making history. Brother, some diamonds at Tiffany's. She a carbon queen and she feeling me, so you know she matching my energy. Roll you. All of my knees, they roll you. All of my knees, they loyal. We ain't the same, we ain't normal. Wait, adore you. Baby girl, I adore you. Pretty face and she loyal. So to fix your crown, girl, you royal. Wait, royal. All of my needs, they royal. All of my needs, they loyal. We ain't the same, we ain't normal. Wait, adore you. Baby girl, I adore you. Pretty face and she loyal. So to fix your crown, girl, you royal. Wait, so to fix your crown, girl, you royal. You ain't got time for the low vibes, but you know I'm feeling your vibe. You a black woman, you go God. You could trust me, girl, I promise. My only choice, to be honest. I feel like it's perfect timing. When we hit your party, we getting it lit. Hit it YBs if I need me a fit. He got the sauce, yeah, he got the drip. We gon' keep grinding until we get rich. Smoking exotic, I need me a zip. My aborigines be with this shit. Rushing your shit and I call it a blitz. We tryna find us some money to split. Can't break bread, then you fake then. Free all my guys out the state pen. Her only wet, yeah, it's leaking. She say she want me to eat it. Had to ice her out, now she blinging. Dying for what I believe in. Dropping new heat every season. Call me a vet cause I'm seasoned. Call me a vet cause I'm healing the dogs. Roll me a wood, I ain't talking the law. Brought me some land, about to buy me a mall. Stand up nigga so I cannot fall. Chasing clout, then I won't get involved. Oh, that's your girl, then I'm testing the jaws. Said you was lame, so she gave me the draws. Feeling like Rick Ross because I'm a boss. Royal. All of my needs, they royal. All of my needs, they loyal. We ain't the same, we ain't normal. Wait, adore you. Baby girl, I adore you. Pretty face and she loyal. So to fix your crown, girl, you royal. Wait, royal. All of my needs, they royal. All of my needs, they loyal. We ain't the same, we ain't normal. Wait, adore you. Baby girl, I adore you. Pretty face and she loyal. So to fix your crown, girl, you royal. Wait.
Yes. Royal by BRICKZ.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yes, yes, guys. You guys are listening to BRICKZ Royal. He has actually joined us today as our guest. I hope you guys are going to be honored to hear some information about this young, inspiring young man that has been bringing some information to us on the Aboriginal side. Thanks so much for tuning in to the main radio. You are listening to Sister Stole, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Right now, we do have a special guest that will be going over a little bit of his music and, his inspiration behind the music. And then we'll get into a little bit about the inspiration in the man himself and the things that actually inspire him to walk in the walk that he is in at this present time. Thanks so much for joining us today, BRICKZ. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can't complain. I'm just honored to be on the platform and share my insight with the people. How you doing?
I am awesome, brother. As I we lost him, guys. He'll be back. Give us a moment here. This happens, with the Streamyard sometimes when I am trying to join this together. But give it a moment, and he will be right back. What we'll do, I'm going to play you guys one of my favorite songs. You probably heard it before. While we wait on him to get back, we are going to play Feather Girl, also by BRICKZ. And actually, he jumped back on, so we'll hold on for that, guys. All right. Yes, brother. Thanks so much. I was about to play one of your songs for my audience so they could hear Feather Girl. Actually, one of my favorites. They've heard it before, but definitely wanted to get that in there,
Hello?
before we get to talking. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what just happened.
Okay.
Did I go off?
Yeah, it literally kicked you out. But remember, I was telling you that happens sometime. Don't worry about it. Just come right
Okay,
back in,
okay.
brother, if it does.
Okay,
Yep.
okay,
And
got
if
you.
it's a problem you can't get in, text me and then I'll just call you and then I'll put it on the Bluetooth so it'll still be fine.
No problem, no problem. No, I just was making sure I wasn't tripping. I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, it's like what happened? You were saying something I thought or about to say something. It just went like bloop. It just clicked out like, come on now. We got good energy. We ain't finna do none of that. Come on. Wi-Fi act right. Studio act right. Everything on point. We at it.
It ain't gonna prosper. We gonna still get it in. Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's
We
right.
still
That's
here.
right,
I'm back
brother.
at it.
Back at it. So yes, I was telling my audience, basically about you being a musical artist. Obviously, they can reach you. I would like for you to give your platforms, brother. Let's start there. Would you let them know where they can find your music? We're gonna play a song for them. Probably two or three more songs, but next we'll play another song for them. One of my favorites, Feather Girl. And if they're looking to find your music, brother, where would be the best places that they can get your music? And give us a little bit of insight into that.
Okay, no problem. So if you yeah, so based first and foremost, y'all can follow me on Instagram at JAH BRICKZ. That's at JAH BRICKZ, JAHBRICKZ. And that's on Instagram. That's mainly where I, post my freestyles and post different things uh involving my music. You also could follow my music. I'm on all streaming platforms. You can follow me on Spotify. You can follow me on iTunes, um all the other streaming platforms. Amazon Music, Apple Music. Just the regular typical streaming platforms, YouTube, things like that. And I'm also on SoundCloud as well. And everything is just Job Brick. So you just type in Job Bricks on any of those platforms, and you should be able to get to my music.
Awesome, awesome, brother. Perfect. I'm glad you guys I know I've had some inquiries. We definitely had some great responses about your music. So it's good to know that they'll be able to play that. They can pull it, download it on all these different platforms, so they can actually play it in their car or in their homes, just anywhere they want to hear this music. And it's actually promoting or putting out the word, which is so great as far as like being Aboriginal. Sticking to your kind, or sticking with each other, so that we are standing strong. Those type of things. That's what I actually hear from your music, brother. So, would you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind your music? Like, what actually inspired you or brought you into this type of music, as far as information and putting out certain types of information you want on your platform?
So I started doing music probably about, I'm gonna say, 10 years ago. I've been doing music for a while. And most of my music has just been, the typical music. I just wanted to be an average rapper, rap about the average things, nothing too crazy. But then eventually, as I started to go on my conscious journey, and I started to learn about my history, started to learn that we Aboriginal, knowledge of self, things like that, I started to gravitate and realize that, I feel like my purpose is to put the untold history about our people inside of our music. So that's what I decided to do. So I started to take on that route. But I also wanted to make my music, still kind of, hip, still could dance to it, you still could bop to it, everything regular. But people, to the point where people are bopping and they bumping to the beat and they don't even understand that I'm saying we Aborigines in the song. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I know that music seeps into your subconscious, so I know a lot of times I could put the messages in the songs, and as long as that beat bumping, they don't even know that they actually learning about knowledge of self by listening to my music. So that's how I came on that journey.
Nice. Now, before that, let me ask you this: is it something that being Aboriginal, or learning more about your Aboriginal information, is that more what promoted you into music, or were you already doing music and then this started to become, hold on, I got to start putting this in my music now? Was it the other way around? How did that go?
Yeah, it went like I already was doing music. Like music has already been my passion for a very long time. But after I started to learn about me being Aboriginal, I wanted to start to put that inside of the music, because I realized there's not a lot of artists doing it. Like I don't really know too many artists. Shout out Thread, shout out Trey Ali. You already know those my brothers. But I don't
Yes.
know too many artists outside of us that's really going to put this message in. And I know a lot of other artists who know we Aboriginal, and they still don't have the courage to put the message in, because it's a lot of times people feel like people won't resonate with it because people don't understand. This is like kind of like a niche type of information. A lot of people don't know it. You know what I'm saying? So it could
Mm-hmm.
turn off the casual listener. But I took it upon myself to have the courage to actually put this message in. And I realized that even if a person don't understand what the music stands for at this moment right now, 10 years from now, they're gonna be like, okay, this is what this brother was talking about. And that's all that matters to me, because I want to be a statue 100 years from now, and they be like, yo, this brother, you know what I'm saying, was one of the leaders that put us in the right journey of us having knowledge of self and taking back what's rightfully ours.
That's right. That's right. That is awesome, brother. And when it comes to that, you are definitely one of the staples. When I say we, like you said, you and your two brothers, that's our brothers, Trey Ali, Threads. Listen, y'all, listen, that's all we be doing around here. We pump y'all music. because it's edification, education, edification. You're feeding the education of the mind, and I love it. So what happens is when we're hearing this, as you said, brother, I want to talk a bit about that. You said hearing that music, they're thinking like, hey, I'm just jamming, so on and so forth. But what's actually happening is that music, that frequency is hitting them in a certain way, and this is what actually makes them tune into it. So you felt like, hey, let me tap into their mind via this, these messages, and this is what encourages you to, promote. It actually possibly gives you, your ideas, or like if you read a story or something, is this kind of what gives you ideas, just knowing certain things, or like say, will you run upon something, a bit of information, something you may have known and said, listen, I'm going to write something about this. Do you get inspired by your thoughts, or is it something that you're just like, I'm on Aboriginal, I'm just going to talk about this, and that, or do you get certain inspirations behind certain things that you want to write? How is your flow with that? Is it just something that comes naturally to you?
Yeah, it's just I can't really give credit to myself. I mean, I would like to give credit to myself, but it comes from somewhere else. I can't even lie. Like when I make the music, I'll be like, I don't know
Hmm.
where it came, I don't know where it comes from, but it just comes to me, and it just like comes out the way that I want it to come out. And I'm every time it happens, I just be so thankful for it. I just be so thankful for it. Like this is the way I wanted the message to come.
Yes.
So yeah, I learned about a lot of new things as far as me being Aboriginal and all of that. And I want to incorporate it in the music. So what I do is I meditate on it, and I just be like, yo, I want to incorporate this certain way. And then I just leave it alone. And then I come back to it, I listen to a beat, and it just comes to me. It just comes to me,
It,
So that's how
it
the
just come
process is.
organically.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But what I also know is that if you check like a young you say you got grandkids, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you take one of your young grandkids, and you'll see that they listen to music and they know it word for word, right? They
Hmm.
know it word for word. And you like, how does these young kids know this music word for word? So what we have to realize is that the traditional way that they teach us in schools is not effective when it comes to people like us who have rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
easier for us to learn a song than it is to memorize what a teacher is saying and teaching us in a classroom like setting. So I feel like music is going to be very, very important in us trying to get this message out and for it to be easily more digestible to more people.
Definitely, brother. Yes, yes, yes. And like you said, those frequencies. So when we're thinking about music, uh, they've taken the natural frequency or flow from general music, right? We're on a different tempo, that 432 HZ, what is it, voltage or whatever it is. I'm sorry, I can't think right now. But, we went for the 432 or whatever. So
Yeah,
when
the
we're thinking
hurts. Yeah.
the hertz, thank you, brother. So when we're thinking about that, right, and changing that, I remember the matriarchs had a build, and they were talking about the older songs versus the new songs, and back then it was all about the love, and you could feel that. When you think about that, the importance of something I noticed, brother. I know you have a younger generation, but I don't know if this is something you've ever looked into. I want your ideology on this. When it comes to that music changing over, and like the frequencies actually having a impact on a person's feelings, the way that it connects to us. Back then they used a lot of string music, the piano string, violin, even the drums. That's a natural beat because it's organic, all those organic sounds. And now everything is like tech, everything is like, you got your keyboard, it's giving you the drum sound, it's giving you the violin sound, and all these things are on a certain frequency that aren't really the natural frequency, even though they may sound the same. Do you think any of that has a great effect on music and its impact now?
Absolutely. What I like to say is a lot of times they say that the music reflects the times, and that I agree with that to a certain extent. But from my angle, I feel like the music influenced the times. You know what I'm saying? So they try to say like this is what's going on in the world and people are broadcasting it. I believe that's how music started off. But now I believe that the way people are making music now is having a direct impact on the actions of people. This is why we see a lot of rappers like dying. It's like kind of like death culture. So when you see all of these rappers dying, and then you listening to these music and they're talking about kill, 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 that music is having a direct impact on those people who are being consumers' actions, and it's causing them to do certain things in the world today. So that's how I look at it currently.
Definitely, definitely. So it does have a large impact. I know when a lot of the what is it, the rap and everything came out, like back with Kumo D, and like way back in the days, probably before you were here. But I know you know about it. But back then it was about giving the information. They were like talking to us and telling us things about what was going on in the hood and, things of that nature. They weren't glorifying. They weren't like rapping about, some of them were, but most of them weren't rapping about, the killing and the drugs, and now it's the killing, the drugs, and whose booty is out, whose breast is out, who's shaking it the best, who's twerking the best, and who's dropping it like they're hot, and it's all focused on that. A lot of times it's more so about the things going on than what the music is supposed to represent. It doesn't represent a particular subject per se. It's like it's all around either some shooting, some drugs, or some booty, basically. And it puts everything in a mind state when the kids hear this music of those things. This is what they're thinking because this is what they glorify. They see these stars, these musical stars, so per se, and as they see these stars, they fantasize about being in that light. So now they're drawn to that particular type of lifestyle. So now when they're getting in their teens, it's like, okay, I want to be a hustler, I want to do this, I want to do that. So what do you feel about the type of music that you, Trey Ali, Threads 3000, is making now to impact our youth? What do you feel as far as like, do you think it will be able to eventually substantially make a difference if more artists were to come out and be open with even if they didn't feel to say talk about the aboriginal information, but they were just talking about treating people a certain way, being a certain way, building yourself, or I know these things wouldn't pass over as so interesting now because of the things that they talk about, but what do you think about the impact of your music on the youth? Do you think it will be able to have an impact if more artists were to, kind of sway in what they were doing and rapping about?
Yeah, I feel like what me, Trey, and Thread is doing is actually leading to the process of decolonizing hip hop. Hip hop is colonized right now. So we have to understand that. We have to understand that yes, this is our art form that we created, but we don't control it at all. So when we think about that, we're subject to other people controlling our narratives. We're subject to other people saying this is what people want to hear. A lot of people say people don't want to hear that. People want to hear this. But what I say to that is, if we cut all the music off that they play right now, and we only play a certain type of music on the radio, people are going to gravitate to whatever is being broadcast on that radio, whether it's positive or negative. So the people who control it has a say in what's cool, what's not cool, what's acceptable, and things of that nature. Even though we may feel as consumers that we have a say so on what's cool and what's not cool, in reality, they control the radios. They control what you call them things, the playlist, the Spotify playlist, and all. They curate these things specifically, and they broadcast certain messages on purpose in order to deliver a certain message of this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. So I feel like what me and my brothers are doing is we're in the process of trying to decolonize hip hop and bring it back to its origins of the things that can help us versus the things that could hurt us.
Yes, yes, brother, absolutely. I am so grateful, for the information. As I was telling you before, it's very new to me. It hasn't even been a year yet, and I am so excited when I came into the Aboriginal information, knowing that my grandmother always said, "Oh, the Indian," and we always said, "Oh, people just say that. People just want to have Indian in them. Da da da. They want to act like this. They want to think this because of the hair. All these theatrics of the lies and things, right? So when it comes to it, brother, and the reality of it all. With it being so new to me and coming into the foundation, I know it's fairly new to you. Probably a little, you've known a little longer about your heritage just due to your family and the mother. I want to get into that as well, brother. But when it comes to it, and when and information coming new to you, when you stepped into that world, can you tell me a little bit about the things that drawed you in? What made you actually say, "Hold on, wait a minute. This Aboriginal stuff, this is going back to the lineage of what my grandmother told me. It's kind of showing me some of the stuff she talked about. What? Wait a minute, this is important. Can you get into that a little bit for us, brother? I'd like my audience to know a little bit more about it because more recently, I'll say the last maybe 4 months or so, I've actually been diving into Aboriginal information. As I said, it was kind of new to me. So, with my audience, I've been bringing them a lot of this information so people can be aware of it as well, like I wasn't. So, I definitely want to hear your input on that, brother.
Yeah, so basically, I remember my mom always telling me that we was Indians since I was very young. Like, she always told me that my great grandmother, no, is that my great grandmother? No, my great great grandmother was Indian. She was Indian. She always described her being dark skinned, long hair, things of that nature. And she always was like, yeah, she was Indian. So I always asked my mom. Mom used to be like, so how did we become black? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did we become African? Like, I always wanted to know that because when I went to school, they was teaching us how we was African, but my mom always said we was Indian. You know what I'm saying? So I was very confused when it came to that. And I remember being in first grade, and my teacher she was like, she was teaching us about the Indians, and I kind of in the back of my mind knew I was Indian, so I kind of felt like what she was saying applied to me. And she was like, yeah, they killed most of the Indians off. It's a couple of them that survive now, and those Indians, you know what I'm saying, they get benefits from the government, and so they'll be able to go to college for free and all of this type of stuff, and they'll be able to be tax exempt and all of this type of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
as a kid, I asked my teacher, I'm like, so that means that I'll be able to go to college for free because I'm an Indian. I told her that, and she was like, well, how do you know? Well, you'll have to prove it and stuff like that or whatever, just real. But it was like in a demeaning, discouraging type of way. Like it wasn't in a
Mm-hmm.
like I believe you type of way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Your word isn't
um,
good enough. You have to bring proof. You can't just say this is from my ancestry. You particularly would have to bring proof of this. Is what she was saying. Your word,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying. So when that happened, I went home and I asked my mom. I'm like, is there any way we could get proof? I'm not really sure. I can't really remember because I was so young. I'm not
Mhm.
really sure if she really guided me with that, but I just remember being discouraged and I just left it alone. And as I became more indoctrinated in school, I started to gravitate to what my teacher said versus what my mom said.
Yes. So so after that, so you said you kind of gravitated to what your teacher said versus your mom said. So what you're saying is that even though you grew knowing you knew, okay, I'm an Indian. My mom's always told me this. I knew this since I was a kid. Can't nobody tell me no different. Even when the teacher brought it up, it's like, hey, okay, you're talking about me, lady. This is talking about me. I am in that pool, basically. Um, the discouraging part when going to your mom, you're hearing it from her, but you still believed your teacher, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically, it's not like I totally believed my teacher,
Mm-hmm.
but it was more like I thought that I had Indian in me versus me being Indian. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
at first, I thought we was Indian, and then I started to think that we had Indian in us, but we also was mixed with black. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I just
That
felt
so
like so. Yeah. Go ahead. What you saying?
Oh no, I'm sorry, babe. I want to ask you on that. So what you're saying is basically this is crazy because this is this Pan Africanism into the minds of the children. What you're saying is that because of that, you believe your mom, but because your teacher's telling this because she is this authority figure per se, right? And we're supposed to listen to them. They know so much because they're a teacher. They're like they have like a God status when it comes to children. So even though you know in your mind what your mom's saying is true, it's got to be just a partial truth because my teacher has now told me this. So that indoctrination from the school from the school system is what gave you doubt as to your own heritage from your mother, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely, and we have to take heed to that, and we have to really pay attention to our babies because this is me being a baby. I'm grown now, and I could testament to it. It's like, we start to think that our teachers are smarter than our parents, because they went
That's
to
right.
school for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Our parents didn't go to school for certain things. They did. So we start to think, well, damn, if anybody know about history, they should know about history because they went to school for history. You know what I'm saying? But in all
That's right.
actuality, our parents and our grandparents, even though they may ain't go to school for certain things like history, they really know the authentic truth. But we start to trust the people who we go to school with because our parents tell us to, listen to the teacher and the teacher knows what's right. You know what I'm saying? Things like
Yep.
that. So indoctrination is very, very real.
Yes. And it starts, like you said, from the parents. So, like you said, our parents tell us this. So, now check this out. Even though your mom's telling you all this, right? Then you're going to school. And of course, you got the teacher telling you. And then because your mom, listen to your teacher. You better do what your teacher say. She not going to tell you nothing wrong. They're there to teach you. Blah, blah, blah. This, and that. Anything that this person says, they've got authority over my mom because now my mom has given the authority to this person over me. The mom doesn't say that to the children, right? But this is an inclination in the mind of the child because why? We're giving our child over to the system. And I believe this is why it's very important to homeschool. I think it's very important to homeschool your children, not only for these particular reasons, because these are the things that happen. There's a certain type of authority that's put over the parent when it comes to the school system and the indoctrination of the mind. And like you said, brother, even still, your mom knows she's the top authority. She knows she's the top authority, but because she wants you to behave in school, she wants you to know, okay, if it ain't me, it's them. So now in your mind, or as a child, because I'm thinking about you in a child mind. So in a child's mind, this authority will still have a reign with that mom. It's kind of like a balance. You can't even say what's even, more prevalent. And like you said, with that even twist in your mind, that put in a frame of mind for you the indoctrination to believe that this woman's authority was more. She's more intellectual than my mom. Why? Because she went to school for this. She's a teacher. She know more about my
Exactly.
mom's history. This is absurd how they have our children's minds, brother. So what do you feel about that? Like, how important do you think it is for us to homeschool our children? How important is that?
I feel like we shouldn't be sending our children to strangers. Like, you know what I'm saying? How we it's very contradictive of us to be like, don't talk to strangers and then send our kids to strangers. You know what I'm saying? And then we also got to understand who funds our education
That's right.
and what is the agenda of them funding our education. Why are they teaching us that? um why are they trying to mask us being slaves as it being a career? You know what I'm saying? Why are they trying to they teach us that, you go to school to get a career. The reason why they emphasize the word career, and it's not, and I don't have no problem with people who have careers, but I want people to understand
That's
the
right.
word games they playing, right? They're telling us it's a career when really you're working for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
you're
right.
going to school and you're working for somebody, but they're masking it as, oh, it's not a job, it's a career. But you're still making someone else rich though. And we get into that workers mentality to where we go to school to get a good job. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
and I feel like that's very detrimental to us because it's like, um that takes away our freedom, that takes away, our liberation because we are going to be basically going to school for all of these years just to work for someone else and make them rich. And I feel like that's very detrimental to the psyche of a person. Like, for you to think like, damn, after all these years, like I know a lot of women, because being a nurse is like very, very, very popular in our community. So I
Yes.
know a lot of women who I went to school with that became nurses and they miserable, but they doing it because of the money. They like, yo, it's a good job,
Right.
but I'm miserable. I don't like working for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you see them and you be like, damn, you've been to school for 8 years and you did all that, and now you saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
it's just a crazy process. So yeah, I agree. We need to homeschool our children. We need to stop allowing our enemies to teach our people. We need to stop doing that because we
That's
can
right.
see how detrimental it has become. We can see how it's a lot of people that just can't let go of that African shit. Like,
They
they
can't.
can't let it go. They can't let it go. Like you could show them all the information, you could show them everything, and they just cannot let it go because that's how deeply embedded the indoctrination is. And the higher levels of education they get into, the harder it is for you to break the indoctrination.
That's right. That's right. That indoctrination. And it's crazy when you're thinking about the indoctrination. Let's tap into that real quick, bro. So that indoctrination, like you said something a minute ago, and it just made me just see the whole system. So it's like we're going into the preschool era or the, right before school. Oh, hurry up, get your child in preschool because why? You got to work, right? You got to get your child in school. You got to separate yourself from your child, being a mom, giving your child the nourishment, the nurturing, the love, the attention that it needs because you have to go to work. So when you start your child there, it's like there goes the next step. Now then they're going into the kindergarten, the grade school, the middle school, the high school, all these indoctrinated programs where they're being trained, like you said, to facilitate. They're facilitating the children to work in an environment. They go through the same steps as a person would in a work environment. Only thing is they have bells to put them on a time so they know how to do things because they don't know how to register time when they're young. So they're putting them in a system. They're training them for the workforce. They're getting them ready. They're telling them, if you want to be something, or if you think you can be anything, you want to be a judge, a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, or this type of particular field that's going to get you the most amount of money, right? If your person is not that smart, oh, you're okay. You could probably work at a restaurant or you could do this. They're still training you because why? They want everybody to have a position. If people aren't indoctrinated, like if everyone kept their children home, and they weren't indoctrinated into these systems, then there would be no one to work the system for them. There would be no one to work these corporate jobs. There would be no one to work all these facilitated jobs that they want us to fall into so that the corporation is continuing to feed off of our energies, our current, our energy of the work. The person is giving all they can to this job. They're stressed, they're tired. They barely have time to handle their business, to have time for their family or anything because they're taking so much time into this work field. And then most of the time when they get that check, about 70% of it is going back to some corporation because they got to pay bills into this corporation, and this corporation because they need all those things paid in order to allow them to be able to have transportation. So they may be paying a car note or insurance so they can get to this job, so they can make this money to pay for this car, and so they can make this money to pay for this house, and so they can make this money. And all the people that own these things that they may not own, they now have all these things under their construction to do what they please. So now they're using all your currency, all your time, and then now what? What do you have left? You have nothing left for yourself. And it all started from
Exactly.
from the school system. I'm just saying the whole shit. It just started from the whole school system, bro. You see that?
They prep you. They prep you from a very young age. And then 2020 hit, 2021 hit, 2022 hit. Vaccine mandates. Now you just went to school, you just did all this, and if you don't take this needle, you still lose your job.
That's right.
You
All of
still
that.
lose your job.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's
Yep. It's a never win situation. It's set up for there's a game being played, and then this person has all the rules to the game. There's like four rules you don't know because you're not aware of them. You're not able to play right, so you're definitely gonna lose.
and I feel like, yep, I feel like it's detrimental for us to internalize certain sayings too. I be noticing that certain sayings that we internalize is very detrimental. Like for example, right? It's a one saying when they be like, the only thing promised is death and taxes. Them
Ooh,
little sayings right there are
yes,
very detrimental to our people, and we don't even understand that. We don't even understand how detrimental things like that is. So now
that's right.
you grow up already thinking like, look, there's no way around me not paying these people taxes, even though we know we working hard and we giving these people our money and we don't know what they doing with our money, but we feel like it's nothing we could do. That's what gives us a defeated mindset. And I also want to share how I became conscious. I wasn't
Yes.
always conscious. I was a regular ignorant child doing regular stuff like every other kid. What made me conscious was me asking Why are police allowed to kill black people and get away with it? That's what made me conscious. That
Period.
question right there.
Hmm. Why? It's just okay. Like it's like nobody cares. It's like, oh, it's all right. It's just another dog or a cat or animal or some shit. This just send it to the pound, scrape it up off the sidewalk, and yeah, like that, brother. That's how you was feeling.
Yeah, it's like they're not doing it to nobody else though. Like you don't hear them killing
Yeah.
Chinese people. Like they're like it's like specifically directly us. That's who they're doing it to. You know what I'm saying? So, when I thought about that, it made me become conscious because it made me think like, yo, it's something really going on out here, and whatever's going on out here is directly targeting us in a negative way. And then, as I started to do research, and I realized, oh, okay, we're aboriginal and they don't want us to know that we're aboriginal, so they have to suppress us with all of this information. They have to indoctrinate us for the rest of our lives, so we never find out that we're aboriginal, because the moment we find that out, the moment everything stops, because we're on our own land and we was here prior to colonization.
Exactly. Keeping that secret, that big huge secret. Why is that such a big huge secret? Usually when there's a big secret, there's some big shit going on behind it, huh? So if they can keep that quiet, and we don't know too much about that. That I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could be going on.
Absolutely, absolutely, sister. Like, so, it's just, we just got to understand that the things that we decided to normalize, they're not normal. They're perceived to be normal because we accept them inside of our reality due to indoctrination. But if it's not for the indoctrination, then we'll never accept these. So I'm 100% in agreement with homeschooling our children, to answer your question.
Yes, yes, yes. Tell us a little bit about like you said your mom, the mother. I hear a lot about your mother, tracing your lineage. A lot of people are like, I wonder this, I wonder that. You trace your lineage, you do this and that. You said then you really looked into the stuff, and once you became aware, like, wait a minute, this is important. The teacher had me stumped for a minute, but I got it together. At that time, what are some steps that you would suggest for a person simply to say, let me try to find out, when you said going to the mother, or people to question in your family, or what do you suggest for a person who's like hearing us for the first time today, right? And they may be saying, oh, I've heard her playing this music, but I didn't, I didn't really hear them say anything about Aboriginal per se. What is that? So they may look into their family and say, hey, I heard somebody talking about Aboriginal. What is that? Are we Indian? Do we have something to do with this? What would be the steps for a person to take when just getting some general information, brother? I know you had some in-house information from your mom, but what are the steps you think a simple person could start with?
The simple thing to start with is just, start talking to the elders in your family. Start talking to older people in your family and just trying to figure out your genealogy. You know what I'm saying? When I first came across the information, it wasn't that many resources for like genealogy research. Like, it's a lot of people out here that can help you with genealogy research nowadays versus when I first came across the information. So, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things I had to discover on my own, through my mom keeping records of certain family members and um things like that. But now it's even people out here that's actually willing to do the genealogy research for you. So I definitely recommend that you find someone. If anybody know anybody that does genealogy, they could definitely tag them in the chat. But yeah, I know it's a lot of people that's actually have a service that'll do your genealogy for you. But tap into your family lineage. Figure out who's your family, where did they come from, who were they, what did they do, because we have a very, very powerful lineage of people who are aboriginal to America, that basically the mainstream media and school is trying to erase that history from us. And that history right there is very, very impactful in us understanding our rights, understanding our nationality and things of that nature, in order for us to tap into our true power.
That's right. That's right. So it is so important to, it's crazy you say that, brother, because I'm thinking about, or I think about sometimes people, some people, families I know, they have elderly people in the family, and they don't really go and see those elderly people. They don't really take the time, um, you know what I'm saying, to visit them, I guess. Maybe they're too busy. They got so much going on. And, how important is it to, really do that? Because we can only get this information from them while they're here, right? Once they're gone, this stuff is like so hidden from us, right, brother? So, like, it's so hard to find information out in other ways. Other than like getting it from your family or so on and so forth. So, isn't it important, like building those bonds as well? Even finding out, like, I think I just want to get your opinion on this, brother. I think it's important just talking to the elderly, getting that information, of course, but even learning some of the past stuff that they remember and then comparing it to the lies or stories and stuff now. Because I've talked to elderly people and they'll tell me things and I'm like, dang, man, I thought it was this, or that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm asking you right, brother, but do you know what I'm asking you? Because I may be
Yeah,
half
yeah.
assing with it.
Yeah. Just talk like the main exactly building those bonds. Communicating with our elders, and getting names. Names are very important. Names,
Yes.
death dates, birth dates. Like, we need to know this stuff. This is our family. At the end of the day, like, you got to
Yes.
understand who's your family. Who did you come from? Because DNA is real, and those people who you're looking up, they all share the same DNA as you, so they live through you. So you got to understand where you coming from to understand where you going. Like, it's that simple.
Simple. Period. Well, brother, listen, we got a little more time. I know I'm gonna take advantage of you as long as I can. We're gonna open a panel up shortly for anybody that has questions or just want to interact with you on what we've been building on. We're gonna play. I want to play at least a couple of more songs for our audience on main radio. We only have about 20 more minutes over there, sir. So I gotta let them hear Feather Girl. We got to get that in there for them.
Let's get it.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Here we go.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just looking for a feather girl, you know? Just get it.
Vision be boolin'.
What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. You my weather girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. You my weather girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? Yeah, you bad, yeah, you fine. I'm just trying to make you mine. You ain't worried about these pennies, girl, cause you know you a dime. And I knew that I would have you. I just had to wait my time. Had to know you past looks, cause you know that love is blind. Met you at the powwow, asked you what's your tribe. You asked me, mom, we politicking, then we caught a vibe. So you rocking your feathers, you can say you caught my eye. From that moment, girl, I knew that I could probably make you bride. Girl, you the truth, shorty, what you wanna do? Come and be a winner, you know I could never lose. Wanna be a man now, tell me what I gotta prove. You the realest, so that's why a nigga really fuck with you. What's your name, what's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. You my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. You my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? Damn girl, you do that thing damn well. I know you indigenous, what's your tribe? I can't tell. Are you Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee? No interracial girl, I only fuck with chicks that look like me. I like a long hair, melanated vibe with no guidance. Shorty, I'ma be your guide. Let me show you how to live. It's not enough to just survive and maybe have a couple kids if I end up between your thighs. For real. Intellectual convos about a book or something. That smirk emoji like you giving me that look or something. You keep it real like you carrying a hook or something. So if you want it, you got it. Ain't gotta look for nothing. What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. You my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. You my weather girl, I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather girl?
Yeah, I know y'all love that, right?
Shout out to all
Come
my feather
on.
girls out there. You know the vibes.
Yes, yes, the Feather Girls. Y'all heard that song right there, and y'all heard Royal coming in. Y'all heard y'all jammed coming in. Y'all heard that one right there. Listen, he got so much fire. Y'all got to go to Instagram, iTunes, Apple Music. Um, you can go obviously to YouTube. I told you guys you can go to YouTube, and he's on any platform. Just put in JAHBRICKZ. That is JAHBRICKZ, and you'll be able to find him on those platforms. So make sure you guys check him out there so you can get in tune with all this Aboriginal information through this music. So, brother, I want to ask you a little bit about what we were talking about. Something you told me the other day about the frequencies and how they affect us. I talk about that a lot, brother. I wanted you to get into that a little bit. Can you talk about that a little bit, or give your insight on that? What you think about that?
Absolutely. You know how we get down.
Yes, yes. Let's get it. Let's get it. We
Yeah,
finna get real.
yeah, like basically, we got to understand the frequencies that we live in. We got to understand the world and the times and the frequencies that's going on in our universe right now. Like, when we was talking the other day, we was talking about how, when we deal with health, we dealing with pathogens, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the more pathogens that you intake inside of your body, the more harm you cause to your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we was talking about that, and then I came across the analogy that if we really think about it, the people who came to this planet to oppress us are pathogens. They're
Hmm.
pathogens to Earth. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, we're
Hmm.
you feel me? Like, they're pathogens to the planet Earth. So when we ask why the Earth is in the state that it's in, it's because we are surrounded by pathogens, and pathogens are invading our Earth. This is us. This us. We the original people of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Regardless of where you come from. You know what I'm saying? We happen to be the Aboriginals of America. There's Aboriginals of every landmass. And these people who came over, these people are not original people to this planet. They are the pathogens of this planet. So what they come to do to this planet is to destroy, to take the minerals from the planet. You know what I'm saying? They doing all of this chemtrail stuff. They doing all of this bothering the atmosphere stuff, like, polluting the water. They just doing a bunch of stuff to destroy our Mother Earth. And us being the original people, we have to protect Mother Earth. You know what I'm saying? And we got to
That's
protect it from the
right.
pathogens. So, it's going to be very hard for us to be completely healthy if we're surrounding ourselves by pathogenic people, such as the people who came to oppress us.
That's right. And all that integration and a lot of that stuff, that's okay for some people if they, if their mind is there, but it's not beneficial to us because of these reasons. It has nothing to do with like what people say prejudice or hatred toward this race or that race or so on and so forth. It has to do with actually physically healthy for your body, your mind, and your spirit.
Absolutely. And you heard what I said in the track. I said, no interracial. I only fuck with chicks that look like me. Period. That's called self-preservation. We got to
Self.
understand that. That's self-preservation. You got to preserve who you is. You got to preserve your lineage. You got to preserve the people that you are. It's not nothing about hate or none of that, but we got to understand that we are biologically different. The sun don't fuck with them. The sun fuck with us. It's a reason for that. And we got to understand that. And it's okay.
Period. It's okay. I mean, y'all came into that unbeknownst to however you got here. It was there, so it's not like, oh, it's your fault. I mean, so it's not our fault either. That's the thing. People think like when you show or talk about facts and present them and put it in your face, and you can't dispute the shit. If they don't like it, they want to think it's oh, it's a oh, they're so prejudiced. So they just somebody literally tried to ban my video because I was showing a video the other day, and I was showing the some people that have these animalistic traits. This baby that was born like a freaking pug. The baby literally looked like one of those little dogs with the whole skin. The guy in the chat got mad because I was showing the video. It's their video. His dad was sitting there talking about, oh, he's the town what do you call it? Mascot. They done made their baby the town mascot. Talking about the
Oh
little
my
baby came
God.
over there talking about the little baby came up talking about, oh, look, mommy, it's a baby monkey to the baby. And then the mom felt bad and he talking about, oh, he laughing. Oh, it's okay. Kids always do that or some shit. I'm looking like, what? Is this really real like right now? The guy got mad because we were showing the video and showing like how insane this shit is. And he got upset and he reported the video. They literally stopped it for like 3 minutes, but they put it back on because it's their video. They proudly talking about it. Like what? Why are you getting mad at us for showing the shit? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, so like I said, I say my saying is you could either get woke or you could stay sleep. No, we at
That's
war. They
right.
calling the truth hate speech.
Calling
So
the truth hate speech, bro. Turn the truth into hate. Don't they do that shit all the time? It's happening to me. But
they
yes, I
calling the
hear you.
truth hate speech. You feel me, sis? Like they calling the
Dang.
truth hate speech. So with that being said, it's not gonna sound, the truth ain't gonna sound too appeasing to the ear, and it's okay because guess what? The
Yep.
truth is we the aboriginals, period. And
Period.
a lot of people don't want to hear that. We got a lot of them $5 Indians out here,
Hmm.
and we got a lot of our people that want to integrate. I ain't with
Yep.
that. I ain't with integration. Integration ain't never do nothing for us this whole entire time. So I'm not
That's
with
right.
integration. I'm with us doing for ourselves without any external forces hovering over us and giving us permission to be. I ain't with none of that. Autonomy over equality.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All the time. So this
And
stuff with oh, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
yeah, and yeah, we gonna have to do a part two because I also it was so much stuff we talked about that what I'm saying, we gonna have to peel some layers back, but I'll save
Okay,
it for
okay,
part
okay.
two. I'll definitely
You
save it
gotta
for
go,
part
bro.
two.
You gotta go. You leaving
Nah,
me?
nah, 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 nah. I ain't gotta
Oh,
go yet.
okay.
I ain't gotta go yet. We good. We good. We good. Nah,
Okay, okay,
it's
okay.
just a couple more things I want to dig deep into, but we'll save it for
Okay.
part two because we probably go for like another 2-3 hours if you know what I'm saying. We do
Okay,
it that
okay.
way,
So
but
that'll be
yeah.
okay. All right, all
Yeah,
right.
definitely. But yeah, cause you remember when we had that conversation, we went real deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like on a
Covered a
lot of different
lot of
things.
stuff. I'm sitting here now. That's why I'm like, wait a minute. I want to talk about life. Well, we ain't got to talk about everything because that would, yeah, that would, but we could talk about a few things. But when it come to that, there was a lot of stuff we covered, bro. I mean, I was so like, when you learning a person or you hearing things about people and then you can hear details, there's so much to different people. We really need to know each other more just to have understanding on how we connect and we are doing certain things or whatever the case may be, to disconnect from each other, having problems and issues and beefs and stuff like that. People need to really connect because it's so much that we can learn from each other. We can grow with each other. We get insight from each other. When you said that thing about the pathogens, I was blown like, whoa, that's deep right there. I never even looked at that like that. And I'm always looking at cells and, the things that affect us and this, and that. But I literally never looked at that like that. So it's so much. Can you get into real quick just before I don't want us to end over here, brother, but the show will be in about 7 minutes. Can you talk a little bit about you said something about the spell and we're coming out of the shift. Could you talk about that real quick in these last few minutes?
Yeah, got you. Yeah. So basically, what's going on now is we in the age of information. So this is why a lot of us are, coming into the knowledge that we need to come into to free ourselves. And we've been under a spell for a very long time. Like, and now that we're coming out of the spell, it's inevitable. We're going to come out of the spell. It's destiny. It needs to happen. But also people like you, people like me, and people like all of the people in our community who are spreading the truth and spreading the truth, we are also responsible for shifting and breaking that spell just as well as, you know what I'm saying, it
That's
happening
right.
naturally. So it's going to happen naturally, but we also are the contributors to it being broken as well. You know, it's kind of like it's written in a way, and it's kind of like it's being manifested as well. So we are going to do our job to manifest what we need to manifest for our destiny, but it's destiny for everything to be manifested as well.
That's right. And playing that part, like you said, us doing our parts. We need to be making sure we're doing the right things and not just anything. Like we can't be disconnecting when things are trying to be moving or shifting into the right place or into the right space. We got to make sure that we, we connecting like where we supposed to be and getting things right so everything is moving in the right flow.
Absolutely, because something like you said, you've been in it for 6 months, right?
Yes.
So something shifted you there. You said you've been
Yeah.
doing your thing. You've been doing your thing for years. I salute you,
Right.
sister. But something shifted you here now.
Right.
And maybe if whatever, like for example, you said you went on the Aboriginal Power platform.
Yeah.
If
Aboriginal
I want
power.
to, okay. So if Aboriginal Power wasn't putting in that work, sister, it wouldn't have
That
shifted you over here.
facts. I always give that brother respect. I always told y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Aboriginal Power and the
You,
matriarchs.
you see
Yes,
what I'm
brother.
saying? So
Facts.
we all have a responsibility to do. We all have a responsibility to wake each other up from this slumber. We're in a very, very, very deep slumber.
Yeah.
We've been in a deep slumber since Martin Luther King. We've been in a deep slumber since Malcolm X, Black Panthers. All of these people, they were missing one element that could have freed our people indefinitely. And that element was we are aboriginals. That's the element that we've been missing. So what we've been doing is we've been trying to fight the system under the system. If they brought you here, then it's going to be very hard for you to fight them if they brought you here. But it's not going to be hard for you to fight them if you was here before they was here. That means whatever they established, whatever you did on this land before they got here supersedes what they established. That changes the game completely.
Period.
So we cannot be operating under our oppressor jurisdiction thinking that we're going to be liberated. Them passing a law is not going to liberate us. It's going to give us permission. We don't want permission from these folks no more. We're not asking for them to do anything for us. We're going to take what's rightfully ours by understanding our position in history.
Period.
Period. Like and that's the end game. Like we could talk for hours, or we could simplify it to just that right there. That's the solution
Period.
for us. The solution is we aboriginal, tap into your aboriginal status, tap into your aboriginal power, claim your aboriginal nationality, nation build, and operate autonomously. Once we do
Autonomous.
that, we no longer have to worry about this establishment. They no longer exist after that.
That's right. That's right. Bro, hold on 1 second because it's getting good and deeper. I want to play one of these songs for these people so we get out of here from the main radio. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Sistar Soul on the main radio. Make sure you tune in each and every Sunday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and be abreast to everything that I have going on. Anything I'm thinking about that's important, I want you to hear. Y'all already know I've been doing this, making sure you're getting that information, and y'all gonna continue to get it. Bringing people to the forefront that will make sure to deliver the same thing, truth, bringing some information, making sure they're trying to wake you up, open these portals in your mind, making sure you're cleansing yourself and doing the things that you need to do. You guys go to the Facebook page tonight. I'm going to post in the group on Facebook. I know I haven't posted in a while. I'm going to post in the group tonight because I'm doing something that we are going to be doing in different states, making sure that you guys are able to distribute or help some people in your area. You don't have to worry about the supplies. Everything's going to be sent to you. All you have to do is package it up and get it sent out. Get something sent to my email, sistersoul mainradio at Gmail. All right, guys. Let me let you guys hear this last song that you're going to hear today from BRICKZ, Integrate.
Just get her, man. Ever since a youngin', I've been running, getting to the cake. Dog, you ain't 100, this 100, let me demonstrate. If she ain't got brains, then I ain't tryna penetrate. And if you ain't a stand-up needy, you could get your dinner ate. I ain't buying all that bullshit, dog, you been a fake. Took her on a dinner date, now we on the interstate. Might be a rookie in the game, but I've been a great. And we about autonomy, dog, we ain't tryna integrate. Man, we ain't tryna integrate. Was broke back then, now the youngin' seeing different cake. We don't go off feelings, we just make sure that the business straight. And if you ain't an intellect, then you can't get a penetrate. Local need you, now I'm getting love all in different states. Gotta need you, if you ain't got scars, then you can't relate. Preach the niggas, I'm just tryna make sure that my people straight. Woke nigga in a sleep world, tryna keep awake. Man, I'm just tryna keep awake. Bodies dropping in my city, damn Perry, keep awake. How another black man, your op, make it make sense. When the system got y'all niggas going through the same shit. Ever since a youngin', I've been running, getting to the cake. Dog, you ain't 100, this 100, let me demonstrate. If she ain't got brains, then I ain't tryna penetrate. And if you ain't a stand-up needy, you could get your dinner ate. I ain't buying all that bullshit, dog, you been a fake. Took her on a dinner date, now we on the interstate. Might be a rookie in the game, but I've been a great. And we about autonomy, dog, we ain't tryna integrate. Say you shoot, what's your resume? Let me see the proof. Drilling shit, we a gang at. Let me see your troops. Getting money, pull up stunting on them. Let me see your crew. Genocide, they pointing weapons at you. You don't even shoot. Real nigga, how you say you real? You don't love your peeps. Family man, grind, feed your family, nigga. Fuck the streets. Sliding on each other when the government the enemy. If we come together, we got power, nigga, in the beef. For real, nigga, in the beef. You ain't getting money, ain't no reason to be in the streets. Striving to be legends, we ain't trying to be a memory. And now you ain't my nigga, you my Niji Aborigine. Ever since a youngin', I've been running, getting to the cake. Dog, you ain't 100, this 100, let me demonstrate. If she ain't got brains, then I ain't tryna penetrate. And if you ain't a stand-up needy, you could get your dinner ate. I ain't buying all that bullshit, dog, you been a fake. Took her on a dinner date, now we on the interstate. Might be a rookie in the game, but I've been a great. And we about autonomy, dog, we ain't tryna integrate. We ain't tryna integrate with none of y'all. Autonomy over equality.
I get that from my baby. Listen, fire, 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 bro. Woke chick is fire too. I am mad I could not find it on YouTube, bro, because I'm playing it on my Bluetooth, right? I could play it on the computer through your website or whichever one of those things I
Did
got
I
there. But
send did I send it to you or no? I ain't sent that to you.
no, if you did, I don't think you did. I don't believe you did, but I had it already, but I don't have it on YouTube. Do you have it on YouTube? I can't find it on YouTube.
Yeah, nah, it's not on YouTube. It's not on
Okay.
YouTube. But I gotta send you that record though. I gotta send you that record
Yeah,
to your
send it so I
email.
could play it on my Bluetooth or whatever because I can't play it on my from the computer. I can, but every time I be like adding stuff, especially music or something, it start acting real stupid. Panel is open, guys. Anybody want to come up and ask the brother a question, interact with anything we talked about? That path of genes, the path of genes. Facts, 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 facts. But yeah, brother, go ahead. I wanted you to continue what you were saying. I just want them to hear something else from you before we got out of there because that was like, yeah, another good one. And yeah, oh yeah, too. Who is that? Somebody said you thought AP Ab TV or something you said about TV, but yeah, I did find Ab TV after Aboriginal Power. I believe he was maybe on his panel or something one day, and then I started going over to his show as well. So yeah, shout out to Ab TV. I didn't even mention him. I don't know why I should have. I'm gonna make sure I do next time. It wasn't on purpose. But
Yeah,
yeah,
shout
definitely
out
shout
my
out to
brother
A.
Ab TV, man. We all the
Yeah,
family. You already know the vibes.
definitely. That definitely wasn't intentional. I was thinking about what, we was talking about what brought us or, into it or whatever. So that's why I was thinking that because that brother, you brought it up. Shit, I didn't. But yeah, it made me think about it. But yeah, I don't like to slight anybody. There are a lot of different people in the Aboriginal community that I heard stuff from, that I learned different stuff from too. I can't think of everybody's name. I'm not good with names. But shout out to everybody that's putting in this work because I know I appreciate it. If y'all wasn't putting in the work, I wouldn't have been putting nothing in. And that's a fact. But yeah, brother. The something else you said the other day I wanted to ask you about. Oh, when you was talking about the carbon molecules and it bonding or something of the sort. Do you remember that part of the conversation? I wanted you to elaborate on that or talk about that a little bit. Can you hear me? You there, Jai? If you
Hello,
talking, you
hello.
mute. Oh, you was muted. Yep.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm sending a woke chick over, so it's
Oh,
muting
oh,
me.
okay, okay. Take your
Yeah,
time
hold
then.
on. Yeah,
Yep,
I'm
you
gonna
good.
get right back with you.
Yep. Give me a minute to do that. But yeah, guys, what y'all think? Y'all, anybody want to come up and had any questions for the brother? The panel is definitely open for you guys to, get a question in, ask him about one of his songs, just talk about, how you like his music or whatever. The show is done, so the panel is definitely open and yeah. It
I
is a
just sent
beautiful
it to
night,
you.
bro. Oh, you did? Oh yeah, let me get that then
Yeah,
because I want to
yeah.
play
I
that.
just sent the woke chick to you.
Let's see. Let's see.
It's in your email.
Oh, in the email? Okay. Oh yeah, I probably could play it from here. Hmm.
Now you were saying something about well when you done with the when you get the song, then we'll talk about the what you was just talking about.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, so they can hear that real quick. Of course, it's moving so slow. I tell you, anytime this, I swear I keep saying I'm gonna stop using the StreamYard period, but I got the rest of this month to use it, so I'm gonna do that. Come on, thing. Now I done switch my account, Lord. Hold on. Okay. I had to go get some drink the last time that song was playing. I'm like, I'm talking so much, my mouth dry. Okay, there you go. See, make sure y'all can hear. Okay, is it playing? Yep, there go. Can you hear it? Tell me if you can hear it. I'm finna try and play it now.
Yeah,
This
I
internet.
hear it.
Okay, it's doing the circle, taking its time. So I'm just wait till it come on. Let me start it over. Let me open a different window. See if that helps. Started, then it stopped. Okay, let's see. Whoa, check, I need me a whoa check, whoa check, whoa check, I need me a whoa check, whoa check, whoa check, I need me a whoa check. I need a love, need a whoa check. I don't need a dog, need to know that her self-respect is worth more than some money. Safety sexual, you gotta have brains, touch me. I only fuck with chick that look like me. You gotta love me. Like, we a plan that, shorty, we a plan that. Keep the money, you can show me where to land at. A million system
to the gods, where your man at? She indigenous and really understand that. Intellectual, she love it when I preach. Little cutie with a booty, call us beauty and a teacher. Man, respect when she hit the room, she ain't gotta speak. And she love being melanated, she ain't gotta bleach. Nah, fall like wine, baby girl, let's make a toast to you. I see looking's only right that I'm approaching you. I comment on your intellect like I'm supposed to do. Why? That's probably cause I see the woke in you. Woke chick, I need me a woke chick. Woke chick, I need me a woke chick. Woke chick, I need me a woke chick. I need her, love.
Yes, sir. And what was the question you was asking, sister?
Okay, hold on, bro. Trying to get to the thing. Stop it because it's gonna start playing again. Okay. Yeah, I was asking you. I want you to elaborate a little bit on what you were saying. Oh, I gotta bring. Hold on, bring the mic back. Elaborate a little bit on what you were saying on the carbon molecules you were saying the other day.
Yeah, so basically what I was saying about the carbon molecules is that um us being the original people of the planet, we are carbon based people. The people who are, the new people on this planet, I'm gonna just call them the new people on this planet, which are, the Asians and the Caucasians. They are nitrogen based people, right? So they're made their molecules is nitrogen. Our molecule is carbon. Nitrogen is a new molecule to the earth. It's not a natural element of the earth. And what I also was saying is, so we're most functional being carbon based beings. We're most functional when we're cooperating with each other, because the carbon molecule is the best molecule when it comes to covalent bonding. So that's what I was basically just saying. Like, it's in us to work together. It's in us to come together. The unity of us is our power, basically, in a nutshell.
Hmm. And and just that's an actual atomic description, right? And
Yeah,
it's so factual, it's crazy. And when you said that about the pathogens, and then mentioned that about them being nitrogen, and I'm thinking like, yeah, you're right. And then we think about like the positive and the negative energies, all these things that affect us, parasites that, are parasitic to the body, the things that are harmful to us, that are not good for a carbon based body, so on and so forth. So even like being in the presence around these people, so a person like, per se, they'll mate with somebody that is not a carbon being, right? Getting that or putting that into you where you're thinking like, oh, it has nothing to do with race, this, and that. That's not true, because now you have interacted with a particular chemical that you've invited into your world and is actually a part of you, because you're conjoined as one. You're sleeping with this person, you're laying with them, bathing with them, so that's something that is affecting your actual physical and your spiritual being on a day-to-day basis, correct?
exactly. I look at it like this. The best analogy is this, right? We're Superman. Superman weakness is kryptonite, right? So that'd be the equivalent of Superman mating with a kryptonite based being. That's
Exactly.
what we're doing when we mate with nitrogen based beings, because nitrogen is the kryptonite to carbon.
Right. And then it's like people think that it's like, oh, don't say you shouldn't do. It's a reason for these things. We have to know that you can't mix oil and water. I mean, shit, it's that simple. I get tired of these people. You really can't. You can't. You can put that shit in the damn bottle all day long. You can shake it up, shake it up. It's gonna work. It's gonna stay in the bottle together, shit. But it's never gonna blend. It's never gonna mix. It's never going to go together. Period.
Yeah, like, look, I just want, and also what I want people to pay close attention to in history is, we had Black Wall Street. I know a lot of our people don't know about Wall Street. I know it's just becoming popular now, the whole Black Wall Street and Tulsa thing. But that was during segregation. So we got to understand that during segregation, our people were thriving in America because we had no choice but to spend our money with our own people.
Mm-hmm.
Now we spend our money with everybody but our own people, and that's what makes it detrimental to us. That's why it's easy for people to come into our communities and build economies. Everybody come to the black community and build economies. Imagine if we were still spending money with ourselves. We'll have our own economy. It's just that simple.
Period. Period. But
So
we don't want to do that.
yeah, like it's this whole integration, and like I said, it's the indoctrination because I'm not gonna lie. When I was a child, and they were showing me the Martin Luther King cartoon. You know how you like you they in school they bring the TV in and then we watch like a show for the day instead of doing work. They showed me the
Yes.
Martin Luther King thing, and I'm thinking, oh, Martin Luther King cured racism. You feel me? Like that's kind of how
Wow.
they teach you in schools.
Yep.
Like, and
Putting a
then
fake
when you start,
narrative.
yep, exactly. So then you start to realize like, so at first I'm thinking I'm like, okay, Martin Luther King cured racism, but now that I got older, I'm like, hold on, wait. Ever since Martin Luther King and all of this integration stuff happened, our people do not spend money with their own people anymore. We were begging to spend money with them. Like I know you seen some of the movies where people was getting sprayed with holes and getting spit on just because they wanted to sit at a counter in a white
Right.
business establishment. Like, are y'all serious?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like
Like our
that's
people were
what we
sitting
beg
around.
for?
Yes. Mm-mm-mm. And it's not like we didn't have all this everywhere, and people, and that's what I was gonna say. I was trying to think. I ain't want to interrupt you, but when they be talking about that Black Wall Street, bro, it's like, why do they be trying to make people think that it's the it was this one, ooh, these blacks took one time and they can get together and do this shit. We did that like in every town everywhere. Like it was like, I don't know how many Black Wall Streets. Like why is it like they trying to make it like it was one Black Wall Street? Everything was like thriving because of us. That's how it got to thriving. Like how they thought the frequency of moving shit around here got to going. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was black. It was, as I said, it was Black Wall Streets all over the country. Why? Because it's this simple. We don't even got to know that it was a Black Wall Street. We just got to know that we couldn't spend money with them, so we only had to spend money with ourselves. That's Black Wall Street in itself.
Period. And then the money, it was now how you have money, the circulation, brother. That's what I was gonna say. The circulation of the money, right? They had the money where, shoot, your dang dollar was staying in the whole community, going around. I don't know how many times before it went anywhere.
Let's talk about it. Like
Come
hundreds and
on.
like it stayed in the community for like at least probably I'm gonna say like we're just gonna do an estimate at least 180 days before it left the community. Now
At
that down it
least.
only stay a couple hours.
Mm. And they had like, how can I say it? Imagine like being in a community, everybody know each other, and we all building together. Everybody. I can go over here to this store. This one may be my family member. Then I'm going over here to this restaurant or something. This my auntie restaurant. I mean, this is how they was chilling. It wasn't none of that. Oh, I go over here. I got to worry about somebody spitting in my food and somebody nasty in the kitchen or somebody sick and I'm going to get sick from them, this, and that, whatever. It was like a lot. Most of the people were families.
Exactly. Why would you beg? Yeah, that's just crazy. But that's just a whole nother topic. But I really appreciate the interview, sister, and we definitely got to tap into a part two, and we
Okay,
definitely got to
brother.
we got to get we got to get one with my brothers too. Me, Thread, we all just got to come on one time and just chop it up the way we chop it up, definitely. But I appreciate the platform. I appreciate everybody in the comments that's showing love. Appreciate the whole entire Aboriginal family.
Yes.
I'm self-proclaiming that 2022 is the year of the Aboriginal. Now let's make noise, let's represent, and let's show them that we here and we here to stay. Period.
Facts.
Period.
Period, brother. Period. Yes, I appreciate you. You already know we'll chop it up, and we definitely gonna do a part two on this. we'll talk about that too. So it won't be long, guys. We're gonna do a part two on this because the brother got a lot of stuff we could have got into. We'll get into a little bit more later. I appreciate his time right now and everything that he brought to the table. I hope you guys appreciated it too. And yeah, I think it was an outstanding bit of information that he displayed. Let you guys see a lot into his mind state, and it's not always like a lot of times people say, oh, that's an artist. We have to see people in their full light. A lot of times people have a lot more to offer than what a person thinks of. Oh, they're just playing a song. No. Has intelligence, has ideas, frame of mind, thoughts, bringing things to your attention. All these things that are inside of us that we need to make sure that we all see and we interacting with each other and showing it and sharing with each other. I mean, that's what it's all about. So, yeah, this was just awesome. All right, brother, much love. You already know. We'll chop it up, and you guys can look forward to another part two. And yeah, that's about it from there. You have any last words, bro, before we get out of here?
Nah, just for those probably who may be new, you can just follow me at Job Bricks with a Z, at Job Bricks with a Z. On Instagram, you can check me out, Job Bricks, on all streaming platforms. And you can also check out my merch, jobbricks.store. And yeah, that's
Oh,
about
we didn't
it.
even talk about that. I forgot, bro. Dang, wait a minute. Right. Job Breakers out store. Let me put it in the chat, bro. Dang, let me see if maybe I could just grab the link real quick. Put the link in there. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, brother. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I just appreciate the platform. I'll definitely be on this platform very soon. I don't want to say too much, but I'll just give y'all a sneak peek. I'm gonna be dropping an album this year, and it's gonna be epic. And when that time comes, I'll come back on the platform and I'll give you more details on that. But yeah, like I said, this is the year of the Aboriginal, and we gonna represent and we gonna show out this year. Period.
Period. Period. All
All
right,
right,
guys.
peace, sister. I'm gonna be hitting you up very soon. We locked in. I got your number, so we're gonna be chopping it up behind the scenes as well, making some things happen.
Definitely, brother. And I'll get in touch with you about something that I'm doing. Like I said, you probably or may want to get involved with some stuff I'm trying to do with like in these different cities or whatever, with helping people out or whatever. But we'll chat about that. Just remind me if I don't mention it.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
All right,
Yep.
peace.
Peace.
All right.
All right, guys. Listen, I know y'all love that, right? That was like fire. I'm surprised y'all didn't have any questions for the brother. Like, y'all could have came and interacted. Don't be shy. But yeah, it was definitely a beautiful interview. You guys see that he is so intelligent and wonderful. I know there are probably a couple other people that may be on live this evening. We're not going to keep it. Check it out later, sis. It's all right, babe. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate you. You already know. Much love. I love my chat. Y'all know y'all is everything. So just make sure you guys okay. Make sure you guys have a good evening and do your best to relax and soar high tonight whenever you do get your rest. And tomorrow, try to get up and do something nice for somebody, even if it's one person. Somebody you haven't seen or talked to in a while. Somebody you know a lot of times are kind of down in their spirit. They dwell on the low level sometimes. Just, show them some love tomorrow. Y'all know who it is. Everybody got that one person. So make sure you do something for them nice tomorrow. All right, guys. Peace, love, blessings, and I am out.